Adam Silver is hurting the NBA and making it a worse product. This is Adam Silver. He's the NBA commissioner. He took over David Stern in 2014. In the first couple years of his reign, he didn't really make too many major decisions. But over the last 7 years, he's made multiple that I think have harmed the league and made it a less entertaining product. The first issue he's been trying to fix over the last couple years is tanking. So in the middle of the 2010s, teams that found themselves being uncompetitive in playoff settings decided they were going to be as bad as possible, try and get the best shot of the #1 overall pick. This, of course, makes regular season games less meaningful, less entertaining, because teams are literally trying to lose games and be the worst team in the league. So in 2019, Adam Silver added up to 16 teams in the lottery for the #1 overall pick, meaning that the 3 worst teams in the league only have a 14% chance of getting the #1 pick. This was supposed to try and make teams less encouraged to be the worst team in the league, but what it's really done is made bad teams unable to get high picks and keep them in a state of poverty that they can't escape. Like the Washington Wizards have had 3 straight seasons of over 60 losses, the most in NBA history, and they have not gotten the first overall pick in that time span. And also, it's now encouraging teams to be as bad enough to get into the lottery because they know they can at least have a shot at the #1 overall pick. So it has had the complete opposite effect of what he was trying to do. In 2018, before he made the rule, there were about 9 teams with 35 or less wins. This year, there have been 10. So it's had no effect on teams being bad and trying to get a better spot in the draft. The next problem was load management. So over the past couple years, there's been this narrative in the NBA that players will willingly choose to sit out even though they're healthy enough to play. And this got a lot of media coverage and a lot of scrutiny from analysts, especially like Stephen A. Smith, who would talk about it all the time. And it got really blown out of proportion when, even though there's only like 2 major groups of players that do this, one, much older players like LeBron, Steph Curry, and KD need more rest games than most younger players and stars. And the second group of people would be players with long injury histories that have career-threatening injuries like Kawhi Leonard and Joel Embiid. But Adam Silver, through all the scrutiny, decided he had to make a rule for this, and he made the 65-game rule, which basically is if you don't play 65 games, you cannot qualify for All-NBA teams, the MVP, DPOY, any award in the league. But this season, it has completely backfired. Players like Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jokic, and Kate Cunningham have struggled to get to the 65-game mark, and it's not because they're resting or sitting out because they want to, it's because they are actually injured and cannot play through them. But already, Luka Doncic and Kate Cunningham have appealed their missed games. Even though they've played less than 65, they're now eligible for awards. So they've already found loopholes through this rule. But players like Anthony Edwards, who get actually injured, can't play through it, and don't want to risk their careers just to make up for this stupid rule, he now has to ruin his career resume for no reason. And another part that makes this rule really dumb is, since the start of the NBA, it's already been implied that players who play more have more impact. So voters who make decisions on awards already take into account who plays more or less. So it has not affected load management at all, because players like Kawhi and Embiid are still hurt, still sit out, still don't play as much as they should because they have career-threatening injuries that could risk their whole career and even their future lives. Another huge problem that he actually started and not even attempted to fix is streaming services and being able to watch every NBA game. As you can see from this watch guide, every day a game on a different day will have different services that it's on. So instead of being able to have like one service or a league pass to watch every game, you need at least YouTube TV for all the networks, Peacock, and Prime, just to watch all NBA games that you could want. This also applies to playoff series. There are multiple different games in a series will be on different streaming services. So you need multiple services just to watch your team get through a whole playoff series. This is ridiculous to ask for the average person to pay for all these services just to watch NBA games. And when he was asked about this in a interview where they asked him, what are you going to do about this problem of fans thinking it's too expensive to watch games? He basically said, well, they can watch it for free, they can see highlights on Instagram. And a lot of people took this in a bad way, as he basically said that basketball is just a highlight sport, and now he doesn't care about fans who want to see full games and not have to pay these ridiculous amount of services. Some people might say that his decisions of making the NBA Cup in-season tournament and the play-in tournament have made games more entertaining and added more competition in the league, which I agree with. I think these are two great decisions, and I think these help the league be a more entertaining product. But I think his other three decisions have just made it really hard to watch games and have only backfired, even though he's trying to fix rules. So in conclusion, I think his three attempts of trying to help the league are only hurting them and making them less fan-friendly, and are hurting players in their careers instead of helping them.